excited every week, but by golly, I'll tell you one thing, this week particularly excited. Hello again, everybody. Lance Russell and Dave Brown right along ringside, and we're ready to go with a Southern Tag Team title match, David.
Oh, you're right. We're going to have Tommy Rich and Dutch Mantel in here going against the Nightmares. The Southern Tag Team titles are going to be on the line right here today.
Perfectly fitting that it should be, because by golly, they lost them last week right here on Championship Wrestling, so we get the return match right here.
Absolutely. In addition to that, we have some standby matches, and the Dirty White Boys are here today. Also, you have Bundy and Rude set to go in a tag team match with Jimmy Hart, of course, their manager. New Generation, Eddie Hot Stuff Gilbert, all much more in standby matches, but the big one, the Southern Tag Team title match.
Okay, I'll tell you what, we've got a special time limit of 1 fall 30-minute on the title match because of the Television Championship Wrestling defense of it, and we've got time, so we'll be seeing some of these other bouts. Right now, we're going to speed it along by taking time out, and we'll be back with Southern Tag title match in just a moment. I'm sure, Dave, that I might get an exception if I said that Dutch Mantel upset Eddie Hot Stuff Gilbert for the international title. He did do it. But at least to say, I think Eddie was more surprised than anybody. It didn't really surprise me, because you and I know that the Dutchman man will get in there with anybody.
Anybody in the world, you're right.
I think we ought to share with them the highlights on Championship Wrestling of how the international title changed hands. Let's take a look at the Dutchman and Eddie Gilbert in action.
Fired back in the ring. Dutch Mantel follows it up. Jay Hart knocked down off the ring. Eddie Gilbert has the piece, got his feet on the rope. And the referee calls it 14-24. The winner is Eddie Gilbert. And Dutch Mantel is hot. The winner and still the international heavyweight champion, Eddie Gilbert, in 14-24. The crowd really griping because Gilbert used the ropes as he stole the fall on Mantel. But he keeps the title. Now Jimmy Hart is up there complaining about Mantel hitting him. Sure, he got up on a ring apron. What do you expect? And yeah, they were on the ropes right over here on the side. Referee Paul Morton. Restart, Randy. That's what the referee's calling for. Champion in 14-49, the aggregate total, as Dutch Mantel is being slaughtered in the middle of the ring by Gilbert. And here comes Wildfire Tommy Rich. Gilbert leaves with the title. He is not the champion.
Of course, you saw Tommy walk away with it, and that he did not. I mean, Eddie walk away with it, and he did not keep it. The Dutchman did, in fact, beat him. And we're ready now for the Southern Tag title match. The Nightmares in the ring. Jimmy Hart, notice he's got his neck brace in hand, not around his neck. Dutchman, congratulations, you're on a roll, buddy.
I'm hot right now. I'm going to say one thing, you know. We got a Southern Tag Team title match planned today, but Tommy is not here right now, but he was in town yesterday because he wrestled at the Mid-South Fair. But he is in town. I've been on the phone trying to call his room, and Eddie Marley's been trying to call his room, and he will be here. All I'm asking you to do is move this down about halfway during the program. It's a 30-minute. I don't have a Tommy, I'm asking you to...
Tommy here?
No, Tommy will be here. Just move it down a little bit. I can't wrestle another look today.
As far as I can see, this is a special one-fall 30-minute time limit. Jimmy, will you just wait a minute?
All I can say, Hart, you'll get yours. You just hang on. You wait.
It's a one-fall 30, and what we'll try to do is move it down as long as we've got 30 minutes left. Okay, let us know, Dutch. Dutch, let us know when Tommy gets here.
You can't change it for 30 minutes an hour later on this match right here.
This is a television show, and as long as we've got 30 minutes left to go,
no, that's a forfeit. We're the winners, baby.
It is not a forfeit.
Oh, no, we're the champions. You can't wrench it.
Hey, they haven't refused to wrestle. He will wrestle, and Tommy will be here to wrestle you all as long as we've got 30 minutes left. You go see him. I don't think there's anything wrong with that, as long as we got 30 minutes left.
Yeah, 30-minute time limit. That's, you know, we're not asking.
Because we have the special time limit, as we always do for the championship in there, and Hart is moaning and groaning in there. The placement of the match in there is an arbitrary thing, just as long as we have the time for the match in there. So our Southern Tag title match will take place, but it will be a little bit later on. We've got plenty of other action. We can get some of these standby matches, Dave.
Some good ones here,
and bring those in. So right now we're going to take time out, and we will be back with more wrestling action in just a moment. Yeah, the Southern Tag match will come up later in the
Lance,
yes.
Please, can I take time out here just a minute and say something? You know, Jimmy's been through a lot here lately. This is a man, this is a guiding light to me. He has done everything in the world for me. He guided me to the International Heavyweight title, and to show my loyalty to the family, Jimmy, I'd like to present this to you on television in front of all the audience. Thank you.
Wow.
Please take this from the deepest of my heart, please.
You can tell the fans are really impressed in there as Jimmy carrying around his neck brace here on his arm.
His neck, he went through a lot for me, you know, getting pounded his neck almost out of wrestling. I think,
You better open it. I can't open the thing.
I think, there we go, we got it. I think you're going to like this, Jimmy.
It's beautiful.
I want you to look at the back.
Let's see what it is.
Look at the back
That's
of
a
it.
jacket, and on the back.
First family victory to the Lance.
I'm going to put it on.
Oh.
Put it on now, baby.
You're going to put it on right now so we can see it. Eddie Gilbert, appreciation of prize to Jimmy Hart. Well, everybody is duly impressed.
Okay, Lance, you know, now I want to talk about something, say something. Something today disturbs me already coming out here. Dutch Mantel, you must think that all these people are stupid. Now, we're talking about intelligent people watching this show. Now, I know, just like Jimmy, I know you know, and Lance, if you really think about it, you know. Last night, while Tommy Rich and Dutch Mantel were together down in their motel room down here somewhere, one of these $10 rooms, drinking their quart of milk and eating bologna and crackers, old Tommy probably sat back with the big hangover and said, "Oh, Dutch, I wish I could figure out some way where we wouldn't have to show up tomorrow and defend those belts and lose them against the Nightmares." And Dutch says, "Oh, man, maybe we could come up with something where you overslept, Tommy, or maybe we can come up with you had card trouble or something like that, because you know what, Dutch Mantel, you're nothing but a yellow belly, long-haired, all over your body, egg-sucking dog jerk." That's exactly what you are, because he comes from a long line of jerks, because back in 1896 down in Oil Trough, Texas, people don't know it, but they had to hang his grandpa Mantel for horse thieving down there. See, a lot of people don't know it. So what I want to say is now, Dutch is here today, right? Dutch Mantel is here today. Tommy Rich is here today. So why don't Dutch come out here and put that international heavyweight title on the line against me today and show what kind of man he is, but he won't do it because he's a coward, and I know he's a coward, and he won't come out here, show the jacket, show the... See, he's got... Where's he at? He's not here. Like I said, they had to hang his grandpa. I don't know whatever happened to his pa, Mantel.
Don't listen to all this stuff, Dutch.
I want him to come out here. Come here. I want you to come out here because I want to see you come. No, wait, no.
Your face, you big lip, mucky breath-looking dog. Hey, I'll call him anything I want to, Hart. And I'm not a coward. You got a big mouth and you know how to run it. And you better watch your big fat lip, Gilbert.
All right, Judge.
Listen, Mantel, I know you're a coward, and I'll prove one thing to you. I know you're a coward so much. I know there's nothing I can do that'll make you put that towel on because that's...
Oh, come on, Eddie. You're just asking for trouble and trying to get it. Why don't you wait till Eddie books it the way you should?
Put that towel up, Gilbert. I want you to put it up. I'm going to tell you one thing. Yeah. You can slap me, you can hit me, but I've signed to put a Southern Tag Team match in there, and I can't put both of them up today. But I tell you what I can do, Gilbert. That's what I can do.
You don't hit me like that, but you don't ever slap me like that because I'm not a coward. You're a coward. You're a coward because you won't put the belt on like that.
Get these guys out of here. Come on, Hart. Get these guys out of here. New generation coming out. Thank you, Johnny. You'll get yours, Dutch. You'll get your opportunity with him. You notice they love that 3-on-1, then 4-on-1. Boy, I'll tell you one thing. Gilbert really fits in. I don't think you need to save the wrappings. No. It's not that treasured an item right there, David. We had a particular occurrence that developed with the Dirty White Boys and Mark Ragin and Ken Raper in a bout that took place on Championship Wrestling. That was kind of an interesting thing. I think everybody really enjoys seeing Mark's dancing, and I want to tell everybody a little bit about how he got in. It's kind of peculiar with wrestling how it particularly happened. But I want to first take a look at some of the highlights of what happened in this match, so I think everybody will understand it a little bit better. Let's look at this match. Dirty White Boys and Mark Ragin and Ken Raper.
Their opponents coming in the ring now. Ken Raper and the dancing man, Mark Ragin. There's Mark doing it to it. Yeah. Oh, boy, and before he can hardly get it on, the Dirty White Boys over there banging away on him, and the referee says, ring the bell, we're off and running. Got all four in there, and Ragin pounded down on the deck as Ken Raper being worked over by Anthony of the Dirty White Boys. Denton blast Mark Ragin down on the deck, and out of the ring they go. With Denton tying it up, and Denton blasts him back across the ring. Woo! Greased him, Mark, who wrestles out of New York City. A young fella who's got a lot of talent, not only in dancing, but certainly in wrestling. As the Dirty White Boy pounding away, reversal. Good drop kick. Back up on his feet and nails the other White Boy. And Ragin still in there, whipped across the ring. Missing! Drop kick. Now it's both of the Dirty White Boys double teaming Mark Ragin. Out on the floor goes Ragin. And the referee back with Anthony while Ragin is slammed. Dirty White Boys. He's fired back in the ring with his head being slammed down. Boy, he's bleeding where he hit that ring post. Down he goes. He's battled valiantly to stay up, but they just had too much, and now working on that cut. There's the tag. 7 minutes into the action. Referee Jerry Calhoun starts the disqualification count. Boy, they just won't stop. They're on him, fighting away, slamming at that cut, choking. Dirty White Boys with not an impressive record of wrestling, but an awfully good one with fighting up there in the ring. Regan's head slammed in. Ken Raper still down and out on the floor. And the brutalizing goes on as the Dirty White Boys with a double backdrop. And there you have a double side suplex as he slipped it, banged him with it, and that's going to be it. They let the count go this time. Okay, that was the end result after Denton and Anthony had jumped them, the Dirty White Boys. I have talked to Mark about the fact that, and I don't know how many people know this, but what got Mark interested in professional wrestling, his uncle is Rufus R. Jones, who everybody knows Rufus. And, of course, he's got a national reputation, and that's what got him interested in it. And Rufus, I think, gave him some, will you wait a minute, Jimmy? What got him into the dancing part of it is Rufus said, hey, you're a young guy. There's a lot of guys that have been around a long time. You got to have something to make them pay attention and get their interest. You're a great dancer, so why don't you do a little dancing, and then they'll watch you, and then they'll watch your wrestling. But I really don't understand this. We got a handicap match. Mark, come here, will you? We got a handicap match coming up with Mark Regan going against the Dirty White Boys. I was just telling him, Mark, about Rufus and how you got into doing the dancing and all. But I got to ask you, what in the world you got a handicap match? Let me tell you, you know and I know, these are two tough monkeys up there in the ring.
Yeah, you got that right, but I'm going to tell you, these guys humiliated me last week. They embarrassed me on television.
They jumped you right while you were dancing.
And I went back to my motel, and I called my Uncle Rufus. And he told me, Mark, if you don't wrestle him, if you don't go back, you might be through wrestling because you can't sidestep him. I got to go in there, I got to wrestle these guys. If I don't beat them now, I'll wrestle them next week and the week after that, because I tell you, I know I can take these guys. They're tough individuals.
Boy, you're doing it the hard way in a handicap match, I'll tell you that.
I'm going to tell you, soon enough, Hart, I'm going to do it, and I'm going to tell you, I'm done. I'm not going to do any more dancing. No more dancing until after my matches.
Yeah, do it after the match. Don't do it with these guys in there. You leave yourself wide open.
I owe these guys for what they did to me. They opened me up, and I intend to get back.
Okay, good luck to you in there, Mark. I'm not so certain that's exactly the way that Rufus meant it to go in a handicap match, because these are two well-conditioned, tough wrestlers. Okay, Dave.
All right, this is going to be a handicap match, one fall, 15-minute time limit. And we're underway. In the middle of the introductions, the Dirty White Boys, Len Denton, Tony Anthony against Mark Regan.
You're really happy because you got a handicap. Listen, I noticed you're running around carrying that neck brace. You don't seem like you're too injured, Jimmy.
Where's my neck brace, man? You know what my doctor told me? My doctor said, he said, Jimmy, he said, around ringside, you got to be awful careful, so keep that neck brace on. I'm getting better. I'm telling you right now. I'm going to tell you, this guy's committing suicide out there, baby. You better call out the Tennessee National Guard's what you better do.
We'll let him worry about it. He's a pretty tough young man himself. We'll see how it's going. Right now, Denton tagging over to Anthony.
Yeah, right now, Mark Regan in trouble. Both of them work him over pretty good. First one and then the other. It's Anthony with that right boot across the back, on the top of the head. Headbutt.
One thing, if you get off in a handicap match to a bad start, there's nobody to tag and give yourself a little rest like there is in a regular tag match.
Exactly. And no point going to the corner.
Oh, boy, you got that right.
What do you think about a guy that goes in the ring with two guys? What do you think? Is he stupid, an idiot? What? Tell me, Russell. What's your opinion?
Jimmy,
what's your opinion? No,
you
don't
and
give
I
me one.
probably come close to agreeing. I will say this. He bit off an awful lot with the Dirty White Boys. There's no question about that. But it shows you the kind of guts the young man's got, and that's more than I can say for some people.
Give me a break, Russell. He's a slow leak, baby. That's all he'll ever be. Look at this, man. He can't dance and he can't wrestle. No.
Oh, hey, wait a minute. Rufus. Mark's uncle, Mark Regan's uncle, Rufus R., with a chair.
Interference right there, baby.
Hey, you win the match. Disqualification.
That evened it up a little bit, but you're right. Mark was disqualified as soon as Rufus R. Jones hit the ring. But I tell you what, Dirty White Boys and Hart cleared out of here mighty quick when Rufus in the chair came in here.
Rufus had that chair with him, man. That kind of evened it up in a hurry, I'll tell you that for a fact. Even though Mark ends up losing the match on a disqualification. Rufus, it's good to see you, man. It's been a long time. You came out here with that chair and you kind of cleared the ring out.
Hey, Ragin, do your dance now, baby. Do it now.
He ready for it. All right. He's a fine dancer, and he is also an excellent young prospect.
Let me tell you something. When you're talking about the Dirty White Boy,
Dirty White Friend!
I've been around the world. When you hear the name, the Dirty White Boy, that's me. They have a dirty heart. Because, let me tell you something, Dirty White Boy. Right now, you are looking at the Dirty White Boy. And I will do anything to win a match. Oh, brother, you ain't gonna stop me. I went to 10 universities and had 5 of them right here. Called sucker, when you fall, Rufus Jones, do not stop. And nobody stand in my way. So, Dirty White Boy, now where you be at, brother?
We got a Southern tag match coming
You'll
up.
be there.
And we got
Guarantee I will.
Okay, partner, we're going to take time out, and we will be back with that Southern tag match a little bit later in the program. The bell has sounded, and we're off on an epic contest. This one, no disqualification, so friends, first thing you do is tear the rule book up. Stand by as Rick Rude and King Kong Bundy go against Jerry Lawler and the Macho Man Randy Savage, and there goes Bundy out of the ring, believe it or not. Lawler really got a hold of him. Savage on the top rope. Bang! Right down on top of Rick Rude. There goes Rude out of the ring. Now Bundy's on the floor. Rude's on the floor. Savage and Lawler down on the concrete. Lawler armed with a chair. Bundy with that ring rope standard. Lawler around. Rude picks up a chair. What else do you expect? Savage has got him from behind. Rude blasted by Lawler, and down on the deck he goes. Only the beginning, friends. Only the beginning. Referee Jerry Calhoun trying to keep him back on the floor. He doesn't have a prayer. Savage with Rude slams him down on our table. Cross away. Lawler rams Bundy in the midsection again. Breaks the chair bottom right out of a chair over the head of King Kong Bundy. Slugs Rick Rude. Rude climbing back in the ring. Savage on the top rope. What a wild one. Rude bleeding. A
time for Lawler to burn Rude. Lawler in the ring going after the big neck of Rick Rude. Savage was after the even bigger neck. Uh-oh, Lawler misses the elbow. The even bigger neck of Bundy. Look out! And as Bundy came after Savage on the floor, Savage caught him too quick with a... Uh-oh, Lawler with a leg, and Rude puts Lawler down. We're trying to keep up with too much action. Savage flies after Rude, is gouged, and Lawler's hurt. Now the 460-pound bulk of King Kong Bundy mashing Lawler's neck as Savage is thrown out of the ring by Rude. Bundy slams Lawler down on a table. Grabs the chair. Savage hurt by Rude. And Lawler, bam down, slammed his head against that steel standard. Savage thrown over the timer's desk. What a brawl. Rude trying to hit Savage with that table. Fighting totally out of hand. Lawler being choked. Savage going after Rude up on the table while Bundy slamming Lawler around. Savage may have something. Looks like he might have a chain. He nailed Bundy to it ringside. At least two of them in the ring. Hart choking Lawler. Savage on the floor trying to pull himself back in the ring, but Bundy meets him and nails him again. There goes our table up in the ring. It's on Lawler, and Bundy is standing on it. Lawler being crushed underneath the table with Bundy's weight. Savage coming back at him. Rude slams Lawler's head into the table. Rude pushes the referee back. Bundy grabs a chain from Savage. Lawler reverses it on Rude and slams his head on the table. Lawler's got a chain. Total pandemonium. they're trying to get another referee in. No disqualification. Paul Morton down to the ringside. Kind of 1, 2, and Hart grabs the arm of Morton. Counting out over here was Calhoun. Savage raises his hand, but I'm not sure. Calhoun raises the hand of Rude. The time was 8:50. No referee in that ring tomorrow afternoon, Jerry, at Cook Convention Center.
That is a match, Lance. That is like a dream match. You know, I remember in the past we had some of those dream matches where the promoters came around and he said, if you could have any kind of match against anybody you wanted, what would it be? What would be your dream match? Well, this is ours. We didn't even have to ask for it, Lance, because last week down there at the Coliseum, I've seen some bad decisions. You know, I've been wrestling a while, and I've seen some bad decisions by referees, but that had to take the cake. Now, Calhoun is my friend. Calhoun plays on my ball team, but Calhoun made a stupid decision down there last week.
There was a lot of confusion.
Well, there was a lot of confusion, but there shouldn't have been that much. We had those jerks beat. We should have been the rightful winners. Instead, Rude and Bundy get their hand raised. Well, we don't have to worry about this week, Lance, because tomorrow afternoon, brother, Sunday afternoon, right down there at Cook Convention Center, there's not going to be any referee in the ring, so we don't have to worry about any bad decisions. We don't have to worry about the referee getting knocked down. We don't have to worry about anybody pulling us off of Rude and Bundy when we get them down and start punching their face in. We don't have to worry about any disqualifications. We don't have to worry about anything except settling this issue once and for all with that jerk Rude and Bundy, and that's what we're going to do tomorrow afternoon, Lance, I guarantee.
You guys want to play mind games, huh? You want to play mind games, Jimmy Hart? You want to play mind games? We're going to do it, too. Yeah, we are. And I'll tell you something, Lance Russell, man. The movement and the momentum and everything and the enthusiasm, I'm getting caught up in it, and I'm feeling real good about it. You know what I mean? And I don't want nobody to stop the momentum. Yeah, the King and the Macho Man going down the aisle. Yeah, it's really weird, you know, but it feels good. And Jimmy Hart and King Konga and whatever, Bundy, yeah, Bundy. They got me so mixed up, I don't even know my own name. But it doesn't matter, King. It don't matter if I know my own name, because I know how to fight. And fight I will. Tomorrow afternoon, man, yeah, I'll be ready. I'll be ready. No referee. Want to play mind games? I'll play mind games. You know I can play mind games, don't you?
I know that.
I can play mind games, yeah.
Save it for tomorrow.
Let me just say something to Rude and Bundy. The thing I like having about this man as a partner is the fact that Rude and Bundy have to sit somewhere right now, and they have to be wondering, what is Randy Savage going to do next?
Yeah.
Well, Rude and Bundy don't know what he's going to do next because Randy Savage don't even know what he's going to do next.
I know what I'm going to do.
I hear
know where I'm going to be tomorrow afternoon.
Look
No
on.
referee.
Okay. All right, Jerry, we wouldn't miss that one for anything. Let's go to the ring. We're looking for more action.
This is going to be a one-fall, 15-minute time limit match, introducing at 249 pounds from Nashville, Tennessee, over here on the left of your screen, Ernie Kirkland, and going against him from Japan, 220 pounds, Tojo Yamamoto. This is one-fall, 15-minute time limit. Jerry Calhoun, the referee. All right, bell sounds, and we are underway. Big Ernie Kirkland, by his advantage, height, weight, everything, but there's an advantage that Tojo Yamamoto has, the ability to use that judo chop.
And he's got it between the ears. The experience that man has. Goodness gracious, I'll tell you what, Ernie Kirkland is facing an unseen opponent in the fact, and Tojo drills him in the side with that big chop as he wheeled it off, and the referee says, come on, let's watch it. Okay. Tojo right into the corner, grabs Kirkland by the hair, and the referee and saying, let's let go of it, and he did when he threw him outside the ring. Kirkland bounces down on the floor as Tojo popped him through the ropes. Ernie Kirkland on the deck. You see him right there. He's coming back up into the ring. Yamamoto waiting on him. Tojo slides in to range on Kirkland. Instead of going with a chop right away, goes to that hand. Woo! There he delivered it.
Well, I tell you what, he's pounding away on him. You can see it. Already a bruise across Kirkland's shoulder where Tojo is smacking.
Blasted him with a couple. Kirkland takes the way that a lot of guys do when things aren't going right. They go to a vulnerable spot, rakes Tojo across the eyes, and over on the rope. Tojo comes back with another one of those blistering chops. And Ernie Kirkland trying to get out of range of Yamamoto. Boy, and he delivered another one. Yamamoto, Ernie Kirkland. 1 fall, 15-minute time limit bout. Referee is Jerry Calhoun. Tojo in the corner, popping away on Ernie. And you can hear him singing halfway down the block, Dave. Tojo, not one to be bashful about it. He ripped Kirkland right across the eyes. We've got Rude and Bundy for a match scheduled today. We'll see whether we're going to have time for that one or not. And, of course, the Southern Tag Team Championship match is scheduled. Yamamoto back in the center of the ring with Ernie Kirkland. Tojo himself rips there and grabs the hair.
I think he got a handful of hair that time. I saw it flying when Tojo snapped his head back.
Ernie Kirkland will remember this bout for a little while as Tojo's been blistering him, but good. And the referee trying to get Tojo to watch his tactics in the ring. That's not easy to do. Once again, he fires Kirkland out on the floor. And that gives the referee time to tell Tojo, may send you back to the dressing room with a little disqualification. As Ernie Kirkland, look at his side where Tojo is.
He has just been blasted.
Ooh, boy, oh boy, oh boy.
Ooh, there's another one. Tojo, no finesse at all. He's just in there beating the stew out of him with those judo chops. One across the throat. Might be it. Count of 3.
It is. And Ernie Kirkland is the victim of the Yamamoto chop. And he really poured it to him. I think he likes to get these great big guys that are a whole lot bigger than he is and just kind of chop them down to size. He did that with Kirkland today.
Guess he's using that bigger they are, harder they fall theory there. But it certainly worked with Kirkland. You can see how he just kept blasting away. He used the chops throughout.
Fired him into the ropes over there as this was following all that series of chops. He popped him, and down he goes. Covered him up for a 1, 2, 3, and Tojo Yamamoto is the victor. We've got more action coming up, and we'll get to it right after this. This one's on. I'm going to run and be certain that Tommy is here. What our situation on the Southern Tag Team title match. Here they come. Rick Rude, King Kong Bundy, no question.
Did you see Macho Man's shirt close enough to perfect? We'll take a look at perfect. Southern Team of the Southern Heavyweight Championship.
Yeah, well. Okay, Dave, let's have the introduction.
All right, this is going to be a 1-fall, 15-minute time limit match. Introducing at a total weight of 440 pounds from Memphis, Tennessee, Keith Eric and his partner Ken Raper. Going against him at a total weight of 692 pounds from Atlantic City, New Jersey, King Kong Bundy. From Beverly Hills, California, Rick Rude. Their manager, Jimmy Hart. 1 fall, 15-minute time limit. Jerry Calhoun, the referee. King Kong Bundy starts against Ken Raper. Bundy at 460 pounds and a telephone pole for a forearm. Backs Raper into the corner and goes to work. Now, whip across the ring. Bundy in there with a knee. Hammers Raper down to the mat with the upper arm. Looking for a turnbuckle and finds it with Raper's head.
What do you think about them? Don't they look great, huh? You know, we're kicking off the first family victory tour, baby. From now on, we're not going to lose anything anymore, baby.
Jimmy, I read the new jacket, victory tour of the first family. You got a lot of people, though, a lot of wrestlers with other ideas about all of them being victories, let me tell you.
Well, you know, when Eddie Gilbert said, Jimmy Hart, you are my guiding light, you know what that did for me? That touched my heart, baby. That touched my heart. I know you're going to say it touched your pocketbook, too, right? That's what you're going to say. But I'm going to tell you something, baby. I love the whole first family. They're the greatest bunch of family members I've ever had in my life. The Nightmares, Bundy, Rude, Gilbert, you name them, baby. Yes.
In there right now, it's Rick Rude battling Keith Eric. Eric into the rope. Clothesline by the ravishing one, Rick Rude, out of Beverly Hills, California.
And that's where he got his brand new wrestling tights, baby. Beverly Hills, California. Look at him.
There's the cover count of 1, 2. Foot on the rope.
Come on, Buns. Come on, baby. Come on, Bundy. You got
Referee
him.
stopped the count with Eric's foot on the bottom rope. There's a slam by Rick Rude. He leaves him there for Bundy, who drops down with 460 pounds, too. This one's over.
Super team.
Bell over here.
Ring the bell for me.
Thanks, Jeff. King Kong Bundy and Rick Rude overpowering Keith Eric and Ken Raper. Time out at 1:43 seconds. 1:43. Take a look at it right here. The size just incredible of Bundy, of course, and Rude, of course, no small wrestler himself. There's Rude as he takes Keith Eric down to the mat and leaves him there. Now watch Bundy. 460 pounds worth. Here he comes in the air, and he drops down with that big upper arm right across the chest of Keith Eric, holds him for the count of 3, and that one's over. Time, 1:43 seconds.
Well, I'm going to tell you what, that's like the biggest building in everybody's town falling right down on you, isn't it,
I
Dave?
would hate to be on that mat and see him coming at me like that. Ooh.
Goodness gracious. We're delighted to have the opportunity again to have, hey, Jerry, thanks for coming out here. This time we got him out here because for those who do not know, in Memphis, Tennessee, last Tuesday night, there was the biggest wrestling spectacular in my entire long career of wrestling I have ever seen. Names from all over the country, former champions. I've never seen anything like it. It was the Mid-South Coliseum in Memphis, Tennessee was chosen as the host spot to tape 4 television shows for New York City and national and international distribution. And they selected Jerry Jarrett as the host promoter. And I got to tell you, Jerry, it had to be an undertaking that just boggled your mind with all the talent and promoters in town.
Well, it was a lot of work, and there was a lot of pressure, and it was exciting. It was, I've never seen such an array of talent. We had Rick Martel, the AWA champion there, Bob Backlund, the New York champion there, Dory Funk, Harley Race, Nick Bockwinkel, 3 former champions.
Superstar Billy Graham was there.
Superstar
Road Warriors, the World Tag Champions.
The fabulous ones, Jerry Lawler, Tommy Rich. It was very exciting. And although it was a lot of work, it turned out to be, I think, 4 excellent televisions.
Well, I got to tell you, when I talked to Eddie Graham, for instance, out of the Florida promotion, and talked to Vern Gagne and all of the guys, and they were so thrilled with the work that you put in. And I know you've won a lot of trophies and championships and all, but I think this may have a spot in your heart. They wanted a tangible display of their appreciation for the work that you put in on an incredible program that took place. And they asked me to present this to you and just thank you very much for an outstanding job of having just a super night of action, Jerry.
Well, thank you, Lance.
Okay, well, it comes from all of the guys, Bill Watts and all of them. They really wanted something that would just let you have something you could keep in your house in there and let you know that they really appreciate it.
Thank you very much.
Okay, Jerry, that was a super night of action. And hey, Hart, will you show some class?
You accepted all kind of awards, Jerry Jarrett. What's this award for, Mr. Jarrett? It's for promoting the big Pro USA wrestling show in Memphis, right? Yeah. You're the big promoter, right? Well, let me tell you what you forgot. You forgot the two greatest pieces of talent in professional wrestling today, Ravishing Rick Rude and your Southern Heavyweight Champion, King Kong Bundy. Why weren't we on the card, Jarrett?
Can we talk about this at the
I want to talk about it now.
Well, let's
Why weren't we on the card? Just give me a good, give me a good reason.
Look, Hart.
I call your office, that Lone Life secretary tells me you're out of town. I want to know why we were on the card.
let's just discuss this where we're supposed to in the office.
No, let's discuss it right here, Jarrett. We can't find why weren't we on the card?
This is not the place to discuss business. Let's talk about it in the office.
Wherever we say we're going to discuss business, Judge, wherever the... Shut up, Lance. I want to know why Ravishing Rick Rude and King Kong Bundy weren't on the big card. We made fools of Savage and Lawler. Lawler was all over in the tournament. We beat his butt all over the United States, and you put him in a tournament, and he's going to be on the big show. What about your talent? What about the stars, Jarrett?
What are you trying to embarrass somebody? Why don't you do this?
I want the man to give you a straight answer.
Look.
I want a straight answer, Jarrett. That's all I want from you.
I had some nominations to be on the card. So did all of the other 6 promoters. There was a select committee of which I wasn't even a part of that chose the talent. I recognize y'all, or I wouldn't have you working for this company, as 2 of the top talents in the country. But I didn't pick the talent for that program.
Yeah, but where was your stooge? Your little stooge, Jerry Lawler, was right there. On every tape, Lawler was there. Every match, every tape, Jerry Lawler was there. And you have $2 million pieces of talent, and we weren't there.
Money will take this up in the office.
Why don't you just let it lie?
Hey,
listen.
we'll take it up right here, Jerry.
Come on.
The people know what's going on. Yeah. Why Jerry Lawler over here? Jerry Lawler. You don't pay somebody off.
I don't own this television.
But no, hey, have we gotten an answer? No answers.
He gave it.
Jerry Lawler. When you got a 450-pound brick house and a 240-pound brick house, you can do whatever you want. We're not done talking to you yet, Jerry. You don't walk away with King Kong Bundy and Ravishing Rick Rude.
Eddie, these guys... out of here, will you?
generation. Fred and Johnny. Let's take a break, and we'll try to get this settled down. Let's take a break.
He is, but I'll tell you what, Hart, you're not getting a forfeit. I'll take both of you guys on because I fought too long and too hard for this. I'll put it down right here. No. If I lose it, I lose it, but I'm going to lose it myself, baby. I'm not giving it to you.
I guess I wouldn't have expected anything else out of Mantel. He said, I will go up there with a pair of them and battle it as long as I can battle. But our time is such, and we've agreed that the match will be on the air while we are going off the air, more than likely time-wise, and so we will just continue to tape, and we'll have the tape for you in next week's action. But that's the only thing that we can do, Dave. Dutch, I thought that we would end up with a forfeit here because Rich is not here. Look at Mantel go. Of course, you'd expect this out of the Dutchman. Sure.
Yeah, a fighter all the way. He is going 2 against 1 here, and in a champion, well, even not in a championship match. That's usually not a good idea, especially against a team like the Nightmares with Jimmy Hart, and especially when they're battling for the Southern Tag titles, which they held and which they want back. And you're almost going 3 against 1, of course, with Hart over there in the corner.
For those who may not have seen the situation that took place on Championship Wrestling, whoa, Dutch across the ring. He's nailing both of those Nightmares. Mantel and Rich got into a title match, which Hart tried to back out of after it was all over with, saying that it wasn't a title match, but they had agreed to it. The promoter gave his blessing to it, and the Nightmares lost their titles. Uh-oh, Mantel over on the side. We see the Nightmare picking a chair up and runs Dutch's head right smack dab into it. Yeah, it's not good enough. You got 2 on 1, Jimmy, huh? You got to get up using a chair.
That fool right there, baby, the Purple Heart or the Red Badge of Courage, whatever. Look at him, baby. Too many heroes around here, Val.
You haven't beat him yet. Yeah,
they got him cut open on the forehead. Nightmare, apparently when they hit him with that chair, when they ran him into the chair over here,
he
split his forehead
him into that chair. Yeah, the Dutchman's bleeding. You don't see Dutch bleeding very often, huh? It is a championship. Yes, Jimmy.
Waiting and waiting.
Well, you got the match. He wasn't going to give it up the way you wanted it, just by forfeit. Mantel being choked on the top rope. The referee doing what he can, but boy, Dutch is just totally outnumbered. And outmanned with Hart outside the ring, chairs and everything else. Southern titles are on the line. It was either that or forfeit. I mean, Dutch chose to go in there by himself, double elbow. Nightmare number 1 fires Mantel over. Sunset flip, look at him! The referee arguing with Hart. He had him for a 3 count for the other Nightmare nailed him.
There again, Jimmy Hart influence that had the referee all diverted over here.
Hard to tell you, I didn't do anything, but he did. He kept the referee distracted. Dutch had him.
There's a cover by the Nightmare. 1, 2.
Mantel gets creamed. He is the referee assigned to this match, Jimmy. Our time running out. We've got maybe 30 seconds to a minute left on our. Well, wait, we're going to have to check the clock on this. to be taping. You can bet on that. Mantel fires in the Nightmare, goes with a clothesline, blood running down his face. He had a 1.5 count. Would have had more than that if the other Nightmare hadn't glommed him from behind.
Dutchman using the rope to climb back to his feet, and the Nightmare grabs him by the hair, spins him around, and smacks him with the right hand.
Where's Tommy Rich when he needs him, right, Russell, huh? Come on, baby.
I don't know where he is, Jimmy.
See, that's what
you got the match, so
that's what the sticking screws in our business, baby. That's what everybody's going to get from now on. Victory's yours.
Mantel bleeding profusely.
The Nightmares just continue to double team and pound on Dutch Mantel. Dutch has been having to go against both of them. Hart saying just keep working on him. Southern Tag Team titles at stake. Dutch Mantel going it alone when his partner, Tommy Rich, did not arrive for the match.
Dave, we're going to continue to tape in here, but for some of our viewers, our time is up. We will continue to tape, and we'll have all of the action for you following this. And we'll bring them up to date next week on what happened on a championship match in there. Until that time, for Dave Brown, Lance Russell saying bye-bye.
The announcers on this program are selected and paid by parties other than